Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies, and this is Emperors of the East and West from the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry by Albert G. Mackey. Emperors of the East and West. In 1758, there was established in Paris a council called the Council of Empires of the East and West. The members assumed the titles of Sovereign Prince Masons, Substitutes General of the Royal Art, Grand Superintendents and Officers of the Grand and Sovereign Lodge of St. John of Jerusalem. Their ritual, which was based on the Templar system, consisted of 25 degrees as follows: 1 to 19, the same as the Scottish Rite; 20, Grand Patriarch Noachiite; 21, Key of Masonry; 22, Prince of Lebanon; 23, Knight of the Sun; 24, Kadash; 25, Prince of the Royal Secret. It granted warrants for lodges of the high degrees, appointed grand inspectors and deputies, and established several subordinate bodies in the interior of France, among which was a Council of Princes of the Royal Secret at Bordeaux. In 1763, one Prince Mai, the master of the Lodge La Condor at Metz, began to publish an exposition of these works in the several numbers of a work entitled the following. In 1764, the Grand Lodge of France offered him 300 livres to suppress the book. Prince Mai accepted the bribe, but continued the publication, which lasted until 1766. In 1758, the year of their establishment in France, the degrees of this rite of heirdom, or of perfection, as it was called, was carried by the Marquis de Bernay to Berlin, and adopted by the Grand Lodge of the Three Globes. Between the years 1760 and 1765, there was much dissension in the rite. The new council, called the Knights of the East, was established at Paris in 1760 as the rival of the empires of the East and West. The controversies of these two bodies were carried into the Grand Lodge, which in 1766 was compelled, for the sake of peace, to issue a decree in opposition to the high degrees, excluding the malcontents and forbidding the symbolic lodges to recognize the authority of these chapters. But the excluded Masons continued to work clandestinely and to grant warrants from that time until its dissolution. The history of the Council of the Empires of the East and West is but a history of continuous disruptions with the Grand Lodge of France. At length, in 1781, it was completely absorbed in the Grand Orient and has no longer an existence. The assertion of Thori and of Raga that the Council of the Empires of the East and West was the origin of the ancient and accepted rite, although it has been denied, does not seem destitute of truth. It is very certain, if the documentary evidence is authentic, that the constitutions of 1672 were framed by this council, and it is equally certain that under these constitutions a patent was granted to Stephen Moran, through whom the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite was established in America. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.